everyone, my name is Dahliani. I'm English Department Student 2016. In this video, I will talk about politeness strategy. This is my third video. Politeness strategy. There are four kinds of politeness strategy. The first is bow on record. The second is positive politeness strategy, and the third one is the negative politeness strategy. The fourth is the off record. Let's start with the bold record. Bold record is when you say something directly and your purpose is when you said something directly to get your needs or your purpose, it's called bold record. The characteristic of bold record is the direct, and it is found or have occurred on the person who has know each other very well, or there is no distance between the listener and the speaker. For example, on bold on record, let me your pen, give me your pen, and it is only found in the degree of friendliness. And the second one is the positive politeness strategy. Positive politeness strategy is usually found in group of people, and it is to minimize the distance between the speaker and hearer. The characteristic of the politeness strategy, the characteristic is noticed by the others and exaggerate, and it is found in degree of friendliness or family or friend. And for example, when somebody said, I think you are hungry, it's long time after breakfast, how about some lunch? It is kind of the politeness strategy. The politeness strategy usually found in the friendliness degree, the degree of friendliness or the family. And the third one is negative politeness strategy. Negative politeness strategy is a position of a person do not want to disrupt or imposing by the others or intruding on their space. And the negative politeness strategy, usually there is a distance between the speaker and the hearer, and also there is awkwardness between the speaker and the hearer. For example, I just want to talk if you could. It is kind of the negative politeness strategy, because it is kind of the there is between the speaker and the hearer, that as a sign of the modal verb. And the characteristic of negative politeness strategy, the first is there is given the deference, such as the aorist term, and it is also awkwardness between the speaker and the hearer. There's a distance between the speaker and the hearers. And the last one is the off record. Off record is when you say something, when you do not actually say something, but you only produce some sentences that represent your needs or your purpose. For example, when you say, I forget my pen, I wonder where I put my pen. It is kind of the off record. Off record means that you only produce sounds, but the hearer get the intense meaning that you have produced. So there is the So the off record is the indirect, but you can get your needs because you give some hints. For example, it's cold here. It's cold here. It is a kind of the off record, and it's mean that you want to somebody to close the windows because the air is cold. It is kind of the off record. So the difference between the bulb and bulb on record and off record is the bulb is direct one, and off record is indirect. And the second is the positive versus negative phase. Positive phase found in the degree of friendliness, and it is to minimize the distance between the speaker and the hearer, while while the negative while the negative phase is to minimize imposition between the speaker and the hearer. And the negative one, it is there is social distance between the speaker and the hearer. That's all. Thank you.